listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. On the last episode of 12 Gauge,
a beat-up red pickup truck. Outside of it, a older-looking man. You can see tattoos on his arms, and the two of them just stop and stare at each other for a second. Quickly erased as they both start laughing. Yeah, they're back at my place. Hour and a half from here, we're just gonna drive pick them up. 3 figures: a man, a woman, and a child. Eating dinner. There's a pot in the middle of the table.
We're not gonna move on this, are we?
Yeah, that's our guy.
Family guy?
Wife and kid. Let's go meet up with A-Cell, but this is a good spot. Might be a good, observation point moving forward.
This is Avery.
Limitations on dead drops.
This is the most important mission that you have handled to date.
Thank you.
You just didn't guess it.
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Alright, let's go.
These are so fucking good.
You go out.
Actually, no.
The Phantom, exterior like fish eggs, interior like suicide wrist rags. I can exercise you, this could be your phys ed. Cheat on your man, homie. I tried to sneak through the door, man. Can't make it, the shit's stuck. Out of my way, son! Door stuck! Please! I beg you! We're dead! You're a genuine dick sucker!
You're a genuine.
Can we get through Ivy, down connector, hop around like a speed demon?
From Ivy, out middle, through out connector, like a...
That kid gets through our connector really, really fast. This kid's bunny hopping all the way through Ivy, out middle, and through our connector. From Ivy, out middle, through our connector, like a speed demon.
Fucking love that, dude. I think about that like once a week.
Round 72 on zombies, and my parents want to tell me that they're getting a divorce. Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Where am I sleeping tonight?
I missed the fire sale.
I missed the fire sale for this bullshit. I don't even want an explanation. Because whatever explanation you're going to give is just going to piss me off. Because you think if a motherfucker slept in 3 times, maybe he'd make some adjustments and figure something out. That's what I think I would do. But I guess you're just cut from a different cloth, Justin. But we've only had... This is our 30th session. You've been late for 4 of them. That's just bad numbers. It's just bad maths. Unacceptable. On to bigger and better things. God put me on this earth to run and play TTRPG games. I will not have you stop me. Can I have a recap of that last session, please? So, as your operations progress, you find yourselves in distinctly different situations. But, by happenstance, both pairs of G-Cell are behind the wheel. Garfield being guided by a drunk old man, and Gonzo, where we will pick up. Driving with Gallion after buying coffee and dog nuts. It's currently 7:45 p.m., the sun has set, and the temperature has dropped slightly. With ideas of a stakeout in mind, I ask, what do you want to do?
You got a spot in mind you want to park by?
Yeah, why don't we see if the spot I parked in last time is still open? That seemed like it was far enough and was a good access point over there.
All right.
A few minutes of driving reveals that, yes, it is open.
Pull in, and kind of make it... Is there a spot where I can, easily get away if anything's weird, I guess? I'm not,
So this parking spot leads to a trail that goes into this golf course. Then you just follow the chain link fence down, a block and a half, to get in front of this person's home.
You said this is suburban but clustered. They're not row homes, but it's a little space between the houses?
Correct.
Okay.
But all the houses that you've seen so far have full backyards and front yards.
And just so I have a picture of what we're doing, are there houses on the side of the golf course that back up to the golf course?
No.
Okay, so the golf course is just its own thing,
Yes.
and then the houses are across the street. His house faces that part of the golf course.
Correct.
Okay. You wanna dog nut?
No, I'll grab a cup of mo when we settle down though.
All right. And I pull out a donut and kind of just start getting myself all comfortable.
Gotcha.
You're really leaning into the part, eh, pig?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So what's the general idea here?
I guess just kind of waiting to see what happens or where he goes, because he's just having dinner right now, right? Like, we can still see it, like...
No, so you actually don't have a view from this part. So
We would have to get to...
Yeah, you would have to either physically walk on foot or park the car closer to his house.
And if I recall correctly, I think the goal was just behavior monitoring. When does this guy go upstairs? When is he visible? When does he leave the house, if at all? That kind of stuff. Because if
Okay.
we're going to map out an elimination, it's probably a good idea to know when he's leaving, where he's going, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And honestly, this might lead into something interesting, or we might be trailing somebody. What did we learn at testicular boot camp?
I think this would fall under our standard...
Advanced tailing maneuvers.
Yeah.
So I think that might be involved, and we should leverage that a little bit if we have to, but we also need to position ourselves. I'm saying this in character. I think we should position ourselves in a way where we could get back to the car pretty quickly if this guy leaves.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I grab a napkin from the box and start to, like, pack the donut in my pocket.
Yo, I don't have pockets in my jacket. Could you throw some creamer and sugar in there for me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Thank you. Need my coffee whiter than Zafoon Jones.
And I grab the box and put it on top of the roof of the car.
Gotcha. So are you guys making your way to that little spot across from his house within the golf course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said we were hidden by some shrubbery the last time we were there?
Yeah, well hidden.
Cool.
Making your way out and beginning the walk. Like I said, the temperatures drop slightly. We're still talking like low 60s, but easy enough to get back to that spot. Hunker down, take a good look. Much as you saw before, it looks like there is. So, first of all, I'll just kind of give you a brief description of the house. It's 2 stories. You see this red minivan in the driveway. This large window where you originally saw them eating dinner or dining or eating something is on the right of the house. There's also a smaller window off to the left. So basically it's this large pane glass window that looks into some sort of dining area. To the left of that is the door, the main door. And then to the left of that is a smaller window. But the curtains are drawn on that one and there's no light that you can kind of see from beyond. Now, additionally, on the second floor, there's 2 smaller windows above. Both have the blinds drawn, no light coming out of either of those. On an immediate look at it as well, you don't see any vents or ports or small windows indicative of a basement or any upper windows indicative of an attic as well.
Okay.
Settling down?
Yeah.
Getting yourselves comfortable.
Cup of mo.
Cup of mo to warm your bones. Beginning your stakeout. Now, what you can see right now is that dining room that you could see into is cleared. But beyond that dining room, you can see that there's a figure moving in a room beyond it towards the back of the house. You're not sure. Maybe it's a kitchen. You can see what you think is a fridge and an oven. This figure is towards the back of that room. It's 8 o'clock. 10 minutes go by. 20. 30. You can see now that figure that was farther back steps into the dining room, and now you can make out that it's a woman. She quickly draws the blinds to close that window. You can't see into it anymore, but it only takes a couple of moments before the window to the left of that lights up. But like I said, it has the blinds drawn, so you can't see anything in there.
Can we see shadows?
You can see slight shadows, nothing that could make out anything other than a particularly dramatic or violent movement or action.
Okay.
Continuing to watch.
Yeah, can I just take notes on, like, the timing? Like, it seems like I'd like to maintain that I'm taking notes on the timeline of this, so, like,
Gotcha.
wrapped up dinner around this time.
Yeah.
close the curtains to the house at this time, lights go on upstairs at this time.
Since you said that you're doing that, I'll actively let you recall that directly.
Cool.
Another 15 minutes go by before the window at the top left, which has the blinds drawn, lights up. Probably 5 or so minutes go by before it goes out. And that window at the bottom left that I was talking about originally is still on at this point. It's 8:45. Another 15 minutes go by before the window at the bottom left is dimmed. Both you guys roll alertness.
$19 on a 60.
11 on a 43.
11 on a 43, 19 on a 60. So I'll start with that before I get to the crit. Gonzo,
crit?
11.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Gonzo, like I said, the light is dimmed, but you do see occasional flashes of light that look pretty faint. Gallion, you see the same thing. You would say that you would guess that this is probably like a TV. Just occasional flashes of blue, cool lights, bright colors, just like intermittently kind of flashing. It's currently 9 o'clock.
I made a blunder.
Blund me.
I know.
How many program? How many program points you
I'm
got?
very sorry. I have one, and I have one with Ant, and I willingly take one away, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The 7 and the 1 are right next to each other and look almost indistinguishable in the dark.
That is kind of fucked up.
It's just this part here
Yeah, can I see that real quick?
that cuts it off like a 1.
Let me see that.
I'm very, very sorry. Seriously.
You are getting docked a program point.
The dunce cat.
I'm sorry, guys. That was...
It's okay.
Can I just show you
Nah, it
Yeah.
is.
how...
I don't have those.
So number 1, it's right next to it, but there's a shimmer on the 7
Oh, I see. Yeah.
that makes it look like a 1 specifically in the dark because you can't see the shimmer.
Let it be clear to
Yeah.
the listening audience,
Now.
he is cheating.
I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you for owning up to it, though.
It's in timeout.
We
I'm
have
sorry.
Cheating, I'm a cheater.
we have taken his die and placed it in the dunce chair.
I'm very, very sorry.
It is okay.
Nothing makes me angrier. Like, the failures are the fun parts of this game, and I'm sorry.
Would you have been able to infer based off of flashing lights that it may be a TV?
Probably.
So it's 9 o'clock. 10 minutes go by, nothing changes. 20. 30. It's 9:30. We're going to jump back over to our guys.
I'm the guy. I'm
Yeah.
one of our guys.
We're here. We're the guys.
So, driving through and driving on, Garfield, you are being guided by this man. Muscular build, like I said, older, wearing a flannel. He's got this puffer vest on as well, and he's just kind of like guiding you through and pointing here and pointing there. Just main highway, first exit, country roads, kind of taking you through.
Take me home.
I need you to roll drive for me. And Gauze, is there anything that you're doing during any of this?
I think I'll just be keeping an eye out on old Harry.
Okay.
$55 on a 50.
Critical fail. You guys begin driving, and rather quickly you notice the hail that I've been talking about begins to pick up pretty heavily, tapping against the windshield and the windows, and actually you can hear it bouncing off of the sides of the metal of the cabin itself. And as you get off of the main highway, you feel the back tires begin to skid. What do you do?
Will you allow me to roll
Fishtail.
driving and program point again?
Explain to me what you do. Don't tell me what you want to roll. What do you do? You can feel the back end is beginning to spin, and you're about to start
Doing the
into
fucking maneuver to stop it. I'm not a driving expert, but
What is Vinny's driving score?
50.
Okay. Vinny has an idea of a evasive maneuver that he might be able to take. Go ahead and try a roll drive.
And I'm gonna program point it.
Go ahead.
30 on a 50.
30. As you begin to fishtail, the back end sways. You're able to slowly pull off of the gas and turn the wheel ever so slightly to just gently coax it back into position. Harry looks over at you. The person that Agent Gauze believes to be named Harry looks over at you. Slow down.
When's the last time you had this thing serviced?
Yesterday I was working on it myself. Just don't go too hard on those corners. You almost fucking killed us.
All right.
Continue on driving. This hail quickly turns to snow. Visibility is starting to get affected as you pull off of the main highway after the first exit onto a country road.
What is the... I'm on country road, so there's no one... Is there anyone on the road with me?
You don't see any cars.
All right, I'm going to turn the high beams on.
Turn the high beams on.
Drive carefully.
Start driving carefully, slowing down a little bit, and the person flicks a switch, turns the wipers on, and they begin to make their wiping motion.
I'm 10 and 2 locked in.
10 and 2 locked in. Now this road is winding. You've been driving for about 30 minutes so far, and 15 minutes since the snow started. It is beginning to get pretty bad.
Turn the radio to the weather.
Turn the radio to the weather. The guy to the radio says, "Stop that. It doesn't work. The radio doesn't work."
Okay.
Hunk is quiet during all of this. Gauze, if at any point you want to chime in and say something or do something, just interrupt me, okay?
Yeah, after the fishtail, I'm white knuckled on the oh shit handle, and I probably have my feet like against the back of his Garfield's seat, just like trying to hit the brake pedal.
The snow is picking up. It's getting pretty bad. Visibility is affected deeply. You can see maybe 10 to 15 feet in front of you.
Hey, Gauze, you got your phone on you?
Yeah.
See if you can pull up the weather app.
All right, yeah, I'll try. Do I have signal?
0 signal. No bars.
Jesus Christ.
I don't have any signal out here.
We're almost there. It shouldn't take us too long. Maybe another 20 minutes or so.
All right.
Weather wasn't supposed to be bad today, so should clear up soon. They say when it snows or rains heavy, it snows or rains quick. He's just kind of like looking over at you. Yellow, toothy grin.
All right.
So, driving on, another 10 minutes or so elapse, and you have not seen any cars on the road so far. Hunk speaks up. Harry. Moment passes before the guy leans over, looks over his shoulder, back at Hunk. Yeah? Why didn't you just bring the guns? Well, it was too much to carry them all. I figured you might have had some equipment to carry them. It's a pretty big crate. Hunk's just kind of quiet and leans back in his seat. Visibility is shit. It's getting worse. Maybe 5 or so feet of visibility. I need you to roll drive again.
I'm going to program point it again.
Okay.
11 on a 50. Should I re-roll that? Is that a good roll?
I think that's actually the best possible
Okay,
roll you
I
can
thought
have.
so.
But go
Better
ahead.
than a
I mean, you
crit
already said you're going to use it. You might as well.
I didn't even re-roll the last one, because
Actually, you know what? A 44 would be the best possible thing for you specifically here.
Okay.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, well, I got a 7. So now, yeah, the 11's better at
Yep.
it.
Critical success. You are able to maneuver very deftly. Being able to drive with a level of confidence that is maybe even alarming to the people in the back seat as you're able to cruise, finesse, and drive through this blizzard. And it is a blizzard with no issues.
Also had a failed drive.
After Hunk says his piece about, the guns, I pull my phone out and open like a text message.
Yep.
So like a random number.
Yep.
And just type in, how are we getting back?
And doing what with it?
Hand it to Hunk.
Hunk.
Dude,
Grabs
I
it.
also thought it was like May.
It is, but
Okay.
it's rural Maine. Hunk takes a look at it, erases it, types something, hands it back to you.
What does it say?
It says, hopefully this truck.
I just look at him and nod.
Another 10 minutes go by. Another 20 past that, and then you can see quickly coming into view off of the right side, the high beams show a trailer house. Lights are on. It's nestled right off the side of the road. The guy next to you says, right here, just pull over, get close to the house so we can just get right in. I don't want to be in the blizzard too long. What do you do?
Follow his instruction.
Follow his instruction, pull off to the side of the road, exit the car. He opens the door and gets out of the car, and you can see a door, like 3 or 4 stairs leading up to a door, glass pane window on the door, and you can see directly inside. He really quickly gets out of the car, opens the door, steps inside, and shuts the door behind him. What do you guys do?
So he gets out, gets in his house.
Gets in his house quickly. The blizzard is coming down pretty hard too.
Pull at the door.
I look at, after he's in his house already, keep those keys on you.
Yeah, keep those keys on you. What's going?
Hunk
Yeah, opens up the door.
Oh, okay.
Gets out. Hunk follows in, opens the door, keeps it open as you guys come up to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's out front of the? Can I see anything in front of the house? Is there anything like a grill or something?
Roll
like that?
alertness, and whatever you roll, I need you to add 40 to it. This blizzard is pretty hectic, and it's also like blasting you. The winds are pretty high here.
Nobody grab my dice.
I left the car running with the heat blasting.
You left the keys in the car with the heat blasting?
Actually, no, you're right. He said to keep the keys on me. So I wouldn't have done that.
Okay.
Jesus.
Is that cocked? I can't tell. We'll see. Did you see that?
I saw it.
It moved a little bit.
Yeah, but it was like already on what it's facing. You're good.
Yeah, it's the same. Either way, it's an 82 on
Could
it.
not be more hit. 82?
82 on a 10.
No.
28.
No.
Look at your dice.
I mean,
I can't see it.
you're almost pushed by the elements to just quickly, tunnel vision straight in and go inside.
Okay.
You don't see anything around it. It's pretty tough to anyway. The winds are whipping pretty hard. Making your way inside, you can see Hunk kind of shaking the snow off of his boots, just kind of like wiping down his windbreaker there. The guy is further into the trailer on his knee. Looks like he's putting chunks of wood into what looks like a wood fire heater. And Hunk is just standing there. Close the door. Close the door.
Close the door.
Wipe your feet too, I guess. I don't know. Where are they at, Harry? He's putting log in, closing it. Looks like he's setting up the pilot. Hunk is like, Harry, where are the fucking guns? Harry looks over. They're coming tomorrow. They said that they were set back. They said they're arriving tomorrow morning. Early in the morning, right at sunrise.
We don't have time for this, man. Like,
It's what it is. I'm sorry.
What kind of shit are you pulling right now?
I'm not pulling anything. This is what it is. They're better with armaments than they are with schedules. These kind of people, they come and go, and
So you're just wasting our time right now? What's up with the lies?
oh, it's not lies. I just, I figured you're gonna have to stay somewhere anyway. You might as well stay here, and I can catch up with my friend Hunky Boy, and it's all gonna be okay. They're coming first thing in the morning. Blizzard's gonna subside. Bing bang boom. Easy peasy.
does he look like genuine? Does he look like he's nervous?
Roll human intelligence.
$16 on a 50.
16 on a 50. He seems genuine. He does not seem nervous. He seems fairly calm. Hunk, on the other hand, looks a little agitated.
Just like upset.
Yeah, just kind of like shaking his head. Harry, you can't do this shit, man. But, fuck. And he looks over at you, Gauze.
I just shake my head and
I don't know.
we just stay here for the night.
You can't fucking leave.
No.
Alright. Yeah, we'll just wait for the morning.
What's the state of this room we're in? Is there multiple?
Yeah, so what you can see now that you're actually getting a close look, and it looks like this person is continuing to fan the flames on this wood fire heater, it's shitty. Much like his truck. A lot of trash piled in the corners of the trailer. There's a fridge, a sink, and an oven. There's like a little breakfast nook with a booth and a few stools set up. There's this beat up purple couch off to the left. And there's also in the back an unmade bed.
So he's thoroughly invested in this fire currently.
Yeah.
Would you allow me to stealth around the house and comb for weapons?
I would, if that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Okay, so you're beginning to make your way, kind of walking around a little bit. You notice a couple of things as well. What are you doing, Gauze?
If I see him kind of like slink off
Yeah.
in night workerly fashion, I'll walk over to Harry, I guess, and say, "You need anything? Did you have firewood?"
Yeah, we're gonna need some later, but maybe when the blizzard calms down a little bit. But grab me that bottle up there. He points to a liquor cabinet up there, directly at a bottle of Tullamore Dew.
Sure, and I hand it to him. Go over and grab it. What else is in there? What else is in the liquor cabinet?
It is a well-stocked liquor cabinet, surprisingly. Probably a dozen or so bottles, various liquors, varying degrees of fullness as well, ranging from scotches, brandies, whiskeys, down to, your whites. You see, white rum, vodka, nothing high shelf.
Went for a quantity over quality.
And you hear like the pop of the cork as he continues to feed this fire. Garfield, I'm not going to have you roll search just because everything here is pretty straightforward. What you do notice is his bed is unmade. There's one pillow on it.
What if I wanted to keep an eye out for Delta Green affiliated things?
So I'm gonna get to that. Okay. So I'm just saying, because you're not, actively doing a search that requires, like, I'm trying my best to try and reserve rolls for things that are split-second decisions.
Okay.
This seems like an extended thing, so I'm not gonna have you roll for it and just give you what would be a success.
Cool.
There's a lot of stuff here. First of all, starting with the bed, like I said, unmade, one pillow on there. Off to the right of this, the only other room in this trailer is what looks like a bathroom, cramped, sink. There's a shower in there too. You notice the liquor cabinet as well that I mentioned to Gauze. You also notice a few scattered shelves with bits and baubles on them, what look like rocks, geodes, maybe fossils, other like geological doodads, like petrified wood and stuff like that.
Can I take a deeper look at those and possibly roll a cult?
Yeah, so taking a deep look at it, I really want you to roll science geology for me if you have it. But I don't think you do. I don't think you do. But you are still getting a close look at it. Like I said, some of them look like just rocks from outside. Some of them also look like geodes that are cut in half and you can see the crystals inside of them. Other ones look like, you see like a little trilobite fossil, like in like what looks like a fossilized seashell on there too. A lot of different things. These shelves are scattered around the room, and there's also this small table beneath one of the shelves that has a shadow box on it. There's a latch that's closed, but you can see glass to reveal what's inside. A series of bullet casings that seem to be placed thoughtfully on a red padded velvet interior. Hunk makes himself comfortable. He sits over near this breakfast nook and finishes brushing off the snow from his pants.
So in addition to these strange objects, I didn't turn up any weapons or anything?
You go through, there don't seem to be any like drawers. There's a couple baskets that look like they have clothes in them, but even if you kind of like gently like move them aside or anything like that, kind of taking a second tying your shoe to look under the bed, you don't notice anything, no.
Okay. I will come back out into the room with everybody.
You're not hidden from anybody. This is one full open trailer. Think of like an RV.
All right. I'm just going to stop slinking around.
Okay. And Gauze, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go over. Is it like trashed? Like, is there like beer cans everywhere, or is it just kind of
No,
messy?
it seems messy. So when I said there's trash, that trash is piled into corners.
Okay.
It looks like it's not like it's just like on the floor, like you're wading through a sea of beer cans or anything like that. It's messy.
Oh.
There's not dirty dishes in the sink though.
There's not?
No.
Better man than me.
Hate doing the damn dishes.
I guess I just make like a mental note. Like, is there like a fire poker by the fire, like a metal wrought iron fire poker?
No, it looks like this person is just kind of using his hands to maneuver some of the fire. And at this point, it looks like he gets it started, closes the grate, locks it closed, stands up. He's got the bottle in his hand, looks over at you. It ain't much, but it's home.
I get that. Yeah.
What's your name, kid?
Gauze.
Harry.
Nice to meet you. Put my hand up for a handshake.
He does. He looks at it and looks over to Garfield. What about you?
Penny.
Welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable. We're going to be here for a little bit. Might as well pass the time. And he reaches over, grabs 2 glasses off of this liquor cabinet, walks over to Hunk, puts them in front of him, slams the bottle down, sits down. We're going to jump back over to our buoys who are looking at a house. It's about 9 o'clock.
Is the paint dry yet?
Continuing the stakeout.
Yeah.
Another 15 minutes pass with no change. Another 15 past that. 15 minutes past that, at 9:45, 9:45, the flickering light stops. A minute or so passes before the window at the top right lights up. It's on for maybe about 2 minutes and then turns off. All the windows are dark. No movement. It's 10 o'clock.
Think they went to bed?
Probably. What do now?
It's a real good question. I mean, we can... Do we get closer and just wait it out here? I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get any good info like this.
Why don't we take some shifts? Why don't you go get some sleep in the car? I'll keep an eye on the house. Set an alarm for a couple hours. Come relieve me. We want to see where this guy leaves, when he leaves, where he heads to. I don't want to take an eye off the house.
All right, yeah, I hear that.
Go get some sleep. Come grab me in a couple hours.
All right, that works.
If not, I'm coming to grab you.
And start trudging my way back.
Trudging your way back to the car?
Yeah.
Okay, making your way back to the car. Getting inside.
Throwing the seat way back, throwing a jacket over my face, and then going in, taking in a nap.
Okay.
Text my girlfriend before I fall asleep, though.
Gotcha. Text delivered. It is 10:15 by the time that this occurs. You leave Gallion, settle in. 10:15, 10:30. You get a text. It is from Lily, and it reads, "When you get back, we need to talk." It's sent like 10:32. It gets delivered to you.
I'm going to respond back. Looking forward to it. Heart.
Red. 10:34.
Disliked.
10:45. 11 o'clock. 11:30. 12 o'clock, midnight. Pangs of sleepiness are beginning to dance and dawdle their way into your head as 12:30 hits. 1 o'clock. No movement. Nothing. Not even cars passing by on the street. 1:30. 2 o'clock in the morning.
How hard would it be for me to hop this fence?
It's 6 or 7 feet high.
Do I, in the midst of me waiting, do I notice any security cameras, ring doorbells on any of the houses nearby?
I would say from this distance, you wouldn't be able to tell even if this house had
Couldn't
a ring
see like a little red recording dot or anything like that?
well, you don't see one.
Okay. I'm just trying to map out in my head. Like, I'm gonna walk over to the car, wake him up. I'm gonna leave the box of Mo and the donuts in that spot.
Okay. The box of Mo is cold.
Yeah.
Making your way back to the car.
Oh wait, they're insulated. I'm just kidding.
Making your way back to the car. Gonzo, you're rustled awake.
Just gonna little tap on the window.
All good?
Yeah. Can I have the keys?
Yeah. and throw them to him. You need me to take a shift?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
All right. And big cat stretch.
Before I get into the car, can I cross the street where the car is? Just do a quick walk down the block to see if I observe any cameras or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Roll search.
Make sure I get this one right. 23 on a 60.
23 on a 60. You would say of the 5, 6, 7 houses, no, you don't see any kind of recording devices, ring doorbell cameras, or anything like that.
Walk by the front of his house.
Nothing.
Mailbox.
You see a mailbox.
Can I open it?
Open it up. It's empty.
Shut it quietly.
Shut it quietly. And now that you're actually at this distance, you're able to see the car that's in the driveway. It's a red Honda Odyssey.
All right. License plate. Can I mark it down?
Yep.
What is
Mark
it?
down the license plate. It is a BDJ 89888.
BDJ 8938.
Yep.
Got it. What state?
Illinois.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to the car.
215.
Open it up. Recline the seat back. Back
Yeah.
to Juddy.
I'm making my way out there. Did I get a text?
You did not know.
Son of a bitch.
Making your way to your spot.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to jump back over into the trailer.
Another part, boys.
Stop with all the yelling.
Fuck off with
Who's fucking shooting?
Who's fucking shooting? Fuck off! Hunk and Harry nestled into the breakfast nook area. Hunk looks up at Harry, gives him a nod as Harry pours 2 glasses of Tullamore Dew, puts the bottle down next to it, pushes a glass towards Hunk, who takes it, swirls it around a little bit, and takes a sip. What do you guys do?
So what's what, like
9:15.
I was kind of talk over at the breakfast nook. Did they say when in the morning?
Said sunrise.
Sunrise?
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
What's your time frame for this?
Not a lot of time. We need to be done tomorrow evening.
We'll make sure it's done. Promise you. What's this for anyway, Hunk? Hunk kind of leans back. I don't know. Just, you know, how it is with them. It's probably just some opera gone wrong, you know, same shit. And then Harry kind of nods. It's probably D-cell shenanigans. Hunk just kind of like chuckles a little bit. The wind is whipping pretty loudly, and you can hear this blistering sound kind of swirling outside of the trailer. Even chunks of snow or maybe hardened hail that hit the sides of the metal make this panging sound. Harry takes a sip. Hunk takes a sip. What are you guys doing?
I asked him, you guys both have said separately that you think this is D-cell shenanigans. So what's the deal with them?
Hunk, like, kind of turns his back, looks back at you. They're the worst of us. Maybe the best of us. I don't know. They're all cuckoo, nutso, ex-marine types. Scorched earth guys.
Oh.
We worked with them maybe 2-3 times before, and it was always a shit show. Harry kind of leans over and looks at you. Except when we went to El Paso. They were pretty helpful when we went there.
What do they do there?
We were pinned down. We were stuck somewhere. Some force we could not see. D-Cell came in. God. That was what? 3 years ago now? Hunk kind of nods. Breaks his gaze from you. Turns back. Grabs the bottle and pours another glass.
Sounds like I'm glad they're on our side. Not that much is, seems like.
Harry speaks up. How long have you guys been with the program?
Couple months official.
What about you?
Same here.
Well,
guess we got a lot to find out about these people.
hopefully not. It's just what it is. You get used to it. These things. People we deal with. People who save us.
Can I ask you guys something?
They just kind of both look at you, and Hunk turned his back and looks at you.
Is it all worth it?
They both, at the same time, Harry says yes, Hunk says no. And then they both kind of like look at each other. And then Hunk looks back at you. It's just a job like anything else.
Probably better than what I was doing.
He just kind of like looks off. Looks back towards Harry, whose glass is dipping down a little bit, and Hunk reaches over and fills up his glass for him, puts the cork back on and puts it down. Harry looks over at Hunk. Let me ask you something, Hunk. You still soft? Like soft like you were in Burbank? Hunk just kind of swirls the glass. Takes a sip, doesn't say anything. Harry kind of like chuckles a little bit, looks back at him. No, but I mean, like, how you been? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Hunk kind of answers back, gives like a little small talk response. And they continue. It looks like they're just exchanging like small talk stuff. No specifics, but just, are you still working with the program? Which Harry is asking to Hunk. Hunk is saying yes. Harry is saying, are you able to make good money and this and that? Extended small talk that seems like it's starting to take up a little bit of time. What are you guys doing?
Is there like a radio around? Nothing? TV? Nothing?
You have not seen a radio or a TV.
Is there a landline phone?
You do not see a phone in here either.
Is there any hookups for phone internet?
Start making your way around to see. You don't see any kind of like Ethernet jack or any kind of phone cord or phone cable or anything like that. You don't see coax, anything like that.
I'm going to try to find a spot to just kind of sit down and...
Like I said, there's that beat up purple couch. There's his bed. The bathroom too. A couple spots to find a spot to sit.
That bathroom?
Kind of
we'll go around in there.
peek your head in.
Well, I'm going in. I'm using the bathroom.
Using the bathroom.
I'm going and closing the door.
Closing the door. Flicking
the seat up.
Flicking a light on that makes like this buzzing fan noise. Taking a look. Toilet itself looks pretty well maintained. This place looks generally clean. The shower is just a strictly standing shower, but it looks generally clean. Pop in there, you see Head and Shoulders, Irish Spring. Look over towards the sink, Crest toothpaste, toothbrush. There's a medicine cabinet there too.
Yeah. What? Does it look like one of those squeaky ones? Is it all metal?
You don't know.
Is it made out of metal?
It is made out of metal. It's made out of metal, and it's got like the glass mirror on it.
If I just like push it, you know what I mean? Like you have a little give to them.
No, this has magnets. You think?
Oh, magnets?
Yeah.
Just magnets.
How do the hinges look? Are they rusty?
They look like hinges.
Oh, just open it, you pussy.
I'll wash my hands.
What? Do you actually go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah,
You flush the
I
toilet?
make sure to like. I imagine I have to pee. I don't think I've peed since I left the bus terminal.
Sure. Dot your
Since I
eyes,
got off the
cross your
plane.
T's.
We get some ass
This
fuel
was
on
like
that poop.
18 hours.
Yeah, let me get an ass.
I've been pissing in bottles way the road.
Could have been gabapentin in there.
Remember to burp your piss bottles.
What are you still doing in there, Garfield?
Just making myself cozy, finding a chair to hunker down on. Doesn't seem like we're gonna get too much more done tonight.
Time passes as you kind of settle yourself in on this purple couch, kind of away from those two sitting at the breakfast nook. As you come back in, looks like they're continuing to talk. You can catch part of the conversation here. It seems like Harry says, "Do you remember how hard Harley cried? Where were we? What was it? Lawton. Operation Fuck. Hunk says, Ripcord. Yeah. Yeah, I remember Operation Ripcord. I remember. Quiet for another moment. Pouring more drinks. It seems like Harry has had 3. Hunk's maybe had 2 drinks. Harry kind of leans over, looks at you two. Welcome to anything out of the liquor cabinet, if you want.
Thank you. You got any, like, Advil?
Yeah. Medicine cabinet in the bathroom there.
Bathroom?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll head into the bathroom, open that medicine cabinet up.
I see you, G. I see you. Hey, hey.
Squeaks open.
You gotta ask for parallel permissions sometimes.
You do see a bottle of Advil. You see a couple of like hemorrhoid creams. You don't see any prescription medication in here.
Rats.
So just like general stuff.
Yeah, it looks like another tube of toothpaste, some like airplane mouthwash bottles. Nothing else like weird here.
Nothing weird?
No inscriptions, no nothing.
Alright, I'll just...
No bags of teeth.
I'm gonna take some Advil, fuck it.
Take some Advil.
I probably need it.
Okay.
I've been sitting down for like 8 hours.
Ziploc bag full of teeth. Regular shit.
Come back outside. 10 minutes pass. Another 10 past that. It's been like 45 or so minutes. They're making very quiet conversation, and it seems like they're reminiscing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not giving any like specific details other than what I mentioned of what they said prior, but it's mostly like, remember that one airplane ride that time, you remember this, you remember that. They don't talk about like specific shit.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock. 10:30.
How's the weather look?
Rolls around. You can kind of look out the window on the door for a moment to look out. It still seems violent. Still seems like it's whipping. Harry kind of looks over towards the furnace, back to Hunk, and says, "We're gonna need some more wood. It's out back by the around the back. It's under a tarp. It should be dry. We just need a couple of logs here."
Here, I'll go grab it. Gauze, why don't you come with me?
Alright, yeah.
Hunk kind of gives you a look.
I still have the bag of bonds on me.
I would say you do, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of look did he give him? Is like a...
Roll human intelligence.
Coin flip. 49 on a 50.
49 on a 50. Be quick because I don't want to be alone with him.
Wow.
It's like a kind of wide-eyed, low down, shifting towards you and then quickly to him, nodding his head to the side.
Alright. I'm going to, I'll head out with, okay, sorry, I'll think things in my head.
Go ahead. You know what?
Is there a window on the door?
Yes, there's a window on the door.
How far out can I see? Like, can I like see the truck?
No, you can't even see the truck.
Okay, cool.
Can I meta first? Like, tiny meta? We are going
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no,
No.
you can't tiny meta.
Alright, fine.
I'm sorry.
Alright. I'll walk out with him, like, to the bottom. I'll start walking out with you.
Okay. Walking
If that's what
outside,
you're doing.
closing the door behind you, and this violent winds whipping, blizzard picking up. Deeply, deeply bone-chillingly cold.
Alright.
I got my phone light out.
Okay.
Just like guiding my way.
At the bottom of the stairs, I say, is there... we all good?
I just needed a... I don't trust that one fucking drunk guy. And I really don't trust him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I trust...
Hunk seemed
either.
nervous about him, so I want to keep an eye here. I just want to kind of like chill out and look around, make sure.
I just wanted
not
to make
too far
sure we're
away.
on the same page.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. This is fucked.
All right, let's get this wood and get back inside.
All right, I'm staying over here, just make sure nothing goes on in there.
Yeah,
so
just
just
keep
grab
an
a
eye.
bunch, grab enough for like for 2 people, and
All right.
I'll grab some when we come in.
I run over to the pile. And
Yeah, and you kind of hug the side of the wall, and you're almost getting like the wind blowing you and banging into it, and it makes this deep Jesus fucking Christ banging sound as it hits the metal, and you're able to finesse. You see this blue tarp that's connected with bungee straps. It looks like it's covering a bundle of stacked logs. You're able to grab 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters of logs, kind of nestle them into your tummy, and make your way back. Now, as you're looking inside, kind of keeping an eye on Garfield and also taking a peek inside, you see Harry stand up, walk towards the kitchen, open up the fridge, close it, look back at Hunk and say something. And you can see Hunk's face just like, for a split second, just turn to like disgust, like pure, unadulterated disgust. And he shakes his head. Harry walks forward and kind of like shrugs. Hunk puts his head down for a second. And then you hear Garfield running up behind you.
Would you, like... I just kind of wanted to look and see if there was an axe by the pile or anything.
No, you didn't see any tools by the pile.
Alright. That's all I wanted. I'm good.
Alright. As I like put my arms out to like, here, give me a couple of those logs. I don't know what's going on. It seems like Drunk asked Hunk something, and Hunk looked fucked up about it. And he said, he shook his head no. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sleeping tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna take shifts.
Yeah, let's try to find some knives in there and fucking...
I already looked around. There's not anything.
It's not in the kitchen?
You didn't check the kitchen. You were looking for like weapons, like spots like that. But on the other side, I mean, even now, you guys standing here looking in, you can see a knife block in there.
Knife block? Okay.
And I got my switchblade on me.
You do? Okay, just be on your guard.
Which
I'm always on my guard.
has been established. I know that someone out there can quote me on this, but you said it, that it would not be used as a weapon and only as a tool for finagling and using as like a tool. You said it. I said I would let you take it on the plane if you could not use it as a weapon.
Okay.
It's a weird TSA agent.
Do you guys have any recollection of that conversation? I remember that.
Was it like a lockpicking thing?
Because I
it was like a lock.
Yeah, I remember.
okay,
Yeah, because I used it to inspect the bullet hole, and that was like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
It's
very dull. It's very dull.
Yeah, like it would break if I tried to use it on someone or something.
Yeah.
It looks like a switchblade still.
Guys, make your way back in. But
it's still threatening.
it is a switchblade.
It's
Yes.
still threatening.
Yes.
Probably has a damage bonus against butter.
It's like one of the. It's like one of those.
Like it's like when
butterfly
you put the
pens.
fedora on.
It's like one of the combs.
It's like when you put the fedora on in Fallout and get like the fucking charisma bonus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I get like the fucking
I gotta write that down.
what is it?
Charisma
Intimidate
bonus?
Go inside.
Yeah, I'm going inside pretty quick.
Making your way in. Whew, God, shaking off the cold. Taking a couple deep breaths as Harry looks over. Nice, yeah. Just put him right down there. If you want to put one in there, you can too.
Yeah, I'll kind of like shamble my way to where I'm not like turning my back on him, just kind of like going side by side with Garfield, trying to like make it look like we're just bumbling.
So there's a couple split logs that are set up next to it. You kind of take a look in. It looks like you might have to squeeze to fit another one in there if you want to add more to it, but
What month is it?
May.
Okay.
I wish our meteorologist was here.
I was gonna talk about football.
So you kind of drop off that firewood, and looks like Harry is still sitting there after he kind of motioned to where to drop him, and he looks back at Hunk and says, "We just never saw eye to eye on that kind of stuff, you know? It's just when it's necessary, it's necessary. You have to do it." Hunk is just quiet and just kind of shakes his head.
I'm just gonna sit down by the fire for a little bit to kind of cool off.
Garfield?
Just gonna continue to. I'm gonna get back in my chair and chill out.
Chilling out for another 10 minutes. Hunk is still quiet, but he's just kind of like mumbling kind of quietly. You're not able to make it out, but you do hear Harry kind of laugh in response to whatever Hunk was mumbling. Hunk raises up his head, pours a little bit more into his drink, and Harry grabs the bottle, pours more into his. They both keep drinking.
Hey, Harry. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Where are we at again?
Millinocket, Maine. Rural outskirts, bumfuck Maine.
So what? Do you like any sports? What teams do you guys got to root for up here?
It's mostly hockey for the most part, but you can see I ain't got no television.
Yeah. Not much of a media guy.
As much as I can avoid it.
Respect that.
I'll catch it down at the bar every once in a while, though.
Hey, nothing wrong with a few good beers every now and again.
Maybe more now than again, but yeah. And what about you two? How'd you guys end up getting roped into this? You use G-Cell, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. G-Cell.
Yeah.
And you're new too. Huh. It's a hard life you've begun forging yourselves here. It's not easy.
I don't know if I should ask this, but and I don't know if you want to talk about it, but what's the worst of the worst we're getting into here?
Oh, it shouldn't be too bad. If they just asked you to drop something off, you just drop it off.
I mean, for the future.
Sometimes you gotta make hard choices, hard decisions. Well, decisions that some people think are hard. Hopefully for anyone who wants a long-standing and illustrious career with this organization, those decisions aren't too hard to make. You just make them. Because you know what you're doing is important and it's right. Hunk he's just fucking like gritting his teeth.
Does he look at Hunk during that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like we killed a giant bug. We gonna have to fight Godzilla or something?
No, worst things that you're gonna have to fight are the things you can't see. Diseases were rough. Atlanta was bad. Hunky, you remember Atlanta? Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. That was people. That wasn't nothing. That was just people, right, Hunk? Hunk just kind of like shakes his head. Looks back at you. You can see both of them seem pretty drunk. Hunk is like, just don't worry about it. You know, just in this line of work, you do what you're asked to do, and that's it. And you are saving lives, and it's important. It's more important how you cope with certain things, not by fucking drinking yourself half blind in a trailer, going off the rails, getting put in psych eval 6-7 times. He's schizophrenic paranoia, right, Harry? Harry just kind of like shakes his head. You know what his nickname was in H-Cell? Hair Trigger. He's a fucking maniac. Harry's just kind of like smugly sitting back, sipping from his drink. He looks like proud. Hunk takes a deep breath, kind of steadies himself, moves the hair out of his eyes, slicks it back. People struggle to keep grounded sometimes, I guess.
How full is their bottle looking?
It's looking pretty empty.
Pretty empty?
Maybe like when you originally handed it, it was probably 3/4 of the way full. Now we're looking at it's like close to maybe like an eighth, maybe a sixth.
All right. Can I start to... Is there anywhere that's like out of space with that breakfast nook? Like out of eyesight? Like one of the chairs like by the fireplace?
I would say on the other side of the couch that Garfield is sitting on.
Okay.
So basically like on the edge of it, close to the bathroom.
I want to start. I imagine the gabapentins in capsules or I don't know if it's tablets.
Pill form tablets, yeah.
It's tablets?
Yeah.
I want to kind of start crushing some up in like a glove or something like that. Like a, you know what I'm talking about, like a latex glove.
I would say you probably have to do this in the bathroom if you want to stay out of view.
Oh yeah, I'll just grab the pills out of the doctor's bag.
Okay.
And I guess maybe the glove. And go into the bathroom. Yeah.
Okay. Going into the bathroom to begin that process. Garfield, are you doing anything?
Nope. Just saying.
Quiet as they pour more into the cups. Harry drinks his. Harry reaches into his vest that he's still wearing and pulls out a knife. Pops it. Stiletto blade pops out. He flips it real quick and digs it into the table. And he looks drunk. And he goes, "Hunky boy, you remember the game we was playing in Atlanta? That time? You remember that?" Hunk just doesn't answer. Harry points towards the knife. "You remember it? Look, here, I'll show you. And he grabs his own hand, puts it down on the table, picks up the knife, and just begins tapping in between his fingers rhythmically. "You remember it, right? You remember it? Hunk, look at me. You remember it? You remember? Look, I can still do it fast. Try it. Go ahead, try it." He's handing him the knife. And Hunk is just like still looking down, and he looks up. Harry's got the knife pointy end towards Hunk. Hunk grabs the knife, and you're still in the bathroom, still crushing up pills. Hunk's holding the knife, and he's like just shaking just a little bit. Spreads his own hand on the table, begins to tap the knife in between his fingers slowly, and he's shaking. Harry's watching him do it, and Harry's like, "You're shaking, Hunky. You're shaking like you were shaking in Atlanta. You remember that? You remember Atlanta, right? They had to die, Hunky." And Hunk just like looks up, dead at him, and he's got the knife in his hand. And he lunges at him. Tries to stab him with the knife. We're entering combat. Garfield and Gauze, what are your dexterity scores?
12.
11.
Okay. Garfield, you're watching all of this happening. Hunk acts first. He lunges across the small table, tackles Harry to the ground, and he's got the knife on top of him. Harry tries to push up and resist. Unsuccessfully, as Hunk tries to dig the knife deeper in. Gauze, you hear a clatter from outside of the bathroom.
Can I grab like some shears out of my bag? Like, you know what I'm talking about, like the...
I thought you didn't bring your bag in.
Oh, I didn't. I did not bring my bag in.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Good call. I'm just gonna come out then.
Okay, making your way out, and you see this scene. This is going to be your action, just kind of opening the door, getting out there, looking in. Hunk is on top of Harry, trying to dig this knife into him. Garf, you can talk, Gauze, if you want to.
Can I point? Kind of look at Garfield and just point at Harry. And that's just that.
Okay, Garf.
Grab the bottle, smash it.
Grab the bottle, smash it. That's your action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get a little bit more funky music on.
And just to be clear, like, I'm smashing it to create a weapon.
I gotcha.
And keeping it in my hand.
He's just throwing something. He's rolling the Dominic at
I was imagining.
Dominic
Okay,
live.
you broke the bottle. Now what? Like, no, I have a weapon. I'm not going down.
Cool,
like
it's
this.
wet on the ground.
Okay, Hunk is on top and he's pushing harder and harder against Harry below. Harry's resisting, pushing back, and Hunk is going, she was fucking pregnant. Harry, she was pregnant. And Harry's pushing back and he says, it doesn't matter, I had to. Gauze.
How, this is like a trailer, like a single wide trailer.
Very small, tight.
I'm like 15 feet away from him.
Fights in tight spaces.
Going for the old tried and true. I'm going for the David Akers, right to Harry's temple.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Roll unarmed combat.
Fucking man kick. Oh. No way. Lucy's there. She's a holder.
She fucking pulls the ball out. 62 on a 40.
62 on a 40. You line up to take the kick and go wide, kind of scuttering Hunk off of Harry for a moment, but Hunk still has the knife in his hand. Harry's still laying on his back. Garfield, you're up. Sharpened bottle in your hand.
I am going to... Hold on, no. Hunk, if we need him alive, don't do this.
Roll persuade. Whatever you roll, add 20 to it. Add 40 to it.
Oh, come on,
For 2 different reasons.
$66 on a 50.
Critical fail. It looks like Hunk isn't even looking at you. Any action that you take.
Wow, critical fail by ad. You're just by ad.
It's brutal.
Crazy.
It's
That's
brutal.
So stupid. All right. Is that my action?
No.
I will. Fuck. What did he say anything or no? He just didn't respond.
No, he didn't even look at you, acknowledge you in any way, shape, or form.
The fuck do we do?
I don't fucking know.
You just tried to kick him. Do I kill him?
All right, so we're going over to Hunk. Hunk is going to try to flip himself back over on top of Harry, which he does. He is back in a position and he's digging the knife back in. It is Harry's turn. He's going to try to punch Hunk, which he does. Punch Hunk. So, Hunk back on top, pushing the blade down. Harry fighting against it, reaches back with a right hand, smacks, punches Hunk right across the jaw, and he kind of doubles back for a second, readjusts his grip, and Gauze your back.
So they're still in the same position, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just kind of standing over him.
You are pretty close, yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna try to stomp Harry in the head.
Do something!
Do something!
That's what I was waiting for.
Do something!
That's why I said,
Is there
oh my
no bonus
god.
for grappled opponents?
Yeah,
There
so
is.
now there is.
Okay.
This is only because you had to take a running start to actually close the distance and get there.
Oh my god. Get Sheen.
But yeah, so go ahead and roll unarmed combat, and whatever you roll, you can take 20 away from.
Roll Sheen.
Do something! Do something!
No way.
-3.
Is due to stomp.
Clean kick, stomping straight down onto Harry, hits him in the forehead, and he just kind of looks up at you and just kind of looks at you for a second, almost dazed, confused, looking at you, panicked.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of your turn. We're over to Garfield.
Bottle into the neck.
Roll unarmed attack, and whatever you roll,
Of who?
Of who? Me?
No, not you, fucking dickhead, Harry.
take 20 away from. Go ahead.
Wait,
Harry on the ground, or Hunk above?
Harry or
Harry.
Harry on the ground.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead. Roll.
he punched our mans. It's
Go ahead.
over.
Go ahead. Whatever you roll, take 20 away from it.
Are you gonna make me commit since I already said it, or can I decide against? What's your?
I'm a little upset that DJ said anything, because I think that now this is throwing a little bit of hesitation into it. But yes, I will allow you to change your mind.
I was just asking who.
I know, but still, the even questioning, because he had his mind made up. I read what he was doing, but what are you doing?
I'm just gonna keep ready,
Holding your action,
and I'm gonna say,
We can't kill him.
I'm not trying to kill him.
Okay, end of your turn. We go back to the top of the round at Hunk, who's going to try to dig this blade into Harry. Hunk almost like eases up on the pressure. Harry goes slightly limp on the grip, and Hunk pushes down. Blade pierces right into his jugular. Blood begins to spurt out as Harry starts to grab at it to try to stop it, and Hunk just like stands up and takes like 2 steps back. His back hits the breakfast nook, and he like sits on the table just looking at Harry, kind of reeling and bleeding out. Harry's grabbing at his neck and slowly goes limp. Both of you guys roll sanity.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh god. 64 on a 47.
77 on a 65.
64 on a pass.
Fail.
Fail.
77 critical failure.
Critical fail. Okay. So, Gauze, my friend, you are going to lose 1 point of sanity.
Just one. Good.
Garf, you're going to lose 3.
Oh, thank god. That could have been so bad.
That could have been really bad.
53 is not bad after that. That was a traumatic event.
Hunk stands up and he's breathing deeply and just looking, and he's still got the knife, and he kind of like throws the knife and it lands on Harry's puffy vest. Hunk looks back at you guys.
Hey, no problems here. We were with you.
Yeah, I just need a second. And he starts walking towards the door, opens the door and shuts it, walking outside.
Oh, Garfield, do you have the keys?
Yeah.
Get my bag.
All right. Keep an eye on him.
Who? Harry?
Yeah. No, he's dead.
On him? No,
Yeah.
you keep an eye on him. I'm gonna try to save this. At least keep him fucking stable, tie him up. What if we fucking need him? Just give me my fucking bag. He's bleeding out.
Blood loss.
Give me my fucking bag.
He's dead, man.
Check his pulse.
As you guys finish this conversation, any kind of movement ceases. His eyes close as you look over. He's unmoving, putting your finger down.
Come on. You're a doctor.
Roll first aid.
You know there's
As I'm
we
checking,
can't
I'm
get
get
him.
my fucking bag. 95 on a not that.
It's too much blood anyway. There's no way. He was dead the second that knife hit.
Fuck.
Get away from him. You're gonna fuck yourself up. It's done.
We can't let Hunk leave. We gotta fucking follow him.
All right. Head out.
Heading out into the blizzard, still whipping.
I said, hold up as I get to the door. I'm grabbing a fucking knife. You have one?
I got my switchblade, but it's not really much of a weapon.
I'll grab 2. I'll grab
2 kitchen knives.
kitchen knives, yeah.
Okay, making your way outside. Visibility 0. You can't see the truck, but you couldn't see the truck when you first came out here. You don't see Hunk.
Make my way to the truck to make sure it's there.
Make your way to the truck. You can see it. Wind still whipping. Can't hear, can't see. Alone. In rural Maine, amidst blood secrets and dead bodies. That's where we're going to pick up next session.
So wait, the car's gone?
No, the car's still there.
Oh.
Thank you for listening to this installment of 12 Gauge, a Nasty Table production.